When I'm not living the life of Riley being an MCM road tester, I like to spend my weekends racing. And I race in the MRO Power Bike Championship for BMW Park Lane. But this weekend, I'm doing some endurance racing. I'm going to be a standing rider for Team Traction Control at the Hottrax Endurance Championship here at Oulton Park. Now, Team Traction Control runs 2 GSX-R1000s. The normal riders are Steve Mercer, really talented rider. And in actual fact, my brother as well is on the other bike. So I'm going to be racing alongside my brother in this meeting. We've got some top mechanics, including Simon Green, who's ex-Swan Yamaha, one of my old mates, Jimbo as well. And the team manager is a certain Keith Flint. It's the second day of the 2-day meeting here at Oulton Park. Yesterday we did our free practice and qualifying sessions. It was the first chance for me to try the GSX-R for the first time. Very different to what I'm used to. I normally race a BMW S1000RR. Still a fantastic bike, but just different in key areas. Now, despite the short amount of time I've had on the bike, we've managed to qualify in third, which is really good. So we sort of revved up for the race. And today we've done some free practice this morning and had our riders briefing with the team. So we just talk about who's doing what stint, how long the stints are. We're doing about 40 minutes each, what the pit board means, what we do when the safety car comes out. Because obviously in endurance racing it's much more than just who's the fastest rider. It becomes very tactical after a few rider changes. Now the excitement's building, we're a couple of hours away from the race. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you around the bikes. These are GSX-R 1000s, the latest model, and they've been modified for racing. Now, they're in Crescent racing colours, the current WSB colours, which look really cool, and the engines have been heavily modified. They make about 195 to 200 bhp at the rear wheel. Everything from the top end to the pistons to the bottom end has been modified. Then we go on to the chassis, standard frame, standard swing arm, but the swing arm ends have been modified for quick release wheels. Then we've got the suspension, we've got Öhlins TTX suspension rear, and we've got road and track forks on the front, and the brakes are really special. On one of these bikes, I'm not sure which one of them, the Brembo monoblocks from Bautista's MotoGP bike, his wet setup, and the other one are proper WSB brakes. And when you squeeze that lever, boy does it stop. One of the biggest differences between sprint racing and endurance racing is the way we start. Now, I've never done one of these before, but it's a Le Mans start, and luckily my brother Ben is going to do the running across the track. But what I've got to do on the warm-up lap is make my way out to the grid. He's going to come round, give the bike to me, I stand behind it, and when the flag drops, he runs up, takes the bike, and off he goes. Standing on that start line, holding the bike, I was pooping myself. Real massive atmosphere there. Ben got away in first place, but then immediately slowed down, so I don't know what's the matter with him. We've got a few laps underway now, and we're back up to 9th. So let's see how it goes.
So Ben started, he's usually the guy who starts. A little bit of a problem off the line, got a great start, and then I don't know if the bike overfueled or something, I'm not sure. We just got the computer plugged in, we're just having a look now, see what happened. But then went down to about 13th, and then got back up to 4th, so that's pretty good. Just done the first swap over after about just over 30 minutes, and that's Michael out now, and Michael's currently up to 3rd. So just looking at the screen here, he's at 3rd, so he's making tracks. And, Michael hasn't really had a lot of time on the bike, to be fair, so you know, I'm sure that, you know, after this session, the next session he'll be really dialed in. Might make some changes to the bike. Yeah, you know, he's a class rider, so I'm excited about him getting this one under his belt, getting used to the bike and seeing what he'll do next time. But the times are good. But it's endurance racing, and it doesn't matter how good your team, your riders, the bikes are. There's loads of things you can't plan, you know, that come into play. So, well, that's the fun of it. That's why we do it. That is the buzz. So, yeah, currently sitting in third and buzzing. Yeah.
Just done my first 40 minutes on the bike, and it's very, very different to sprint racing. You're out there for a long time. It sounds silly, but you kind of get a little bit lost at first. You just got the pit signal man as your friend. He's your only point of contact. Because after a few laps, you kind of lose where you are in the race. You come across back markers. You're not quite sure of your position, but you get a lot of riding time, and you can still push pretty hard. And luckily, I've stayed relatively fit, so I kind of handled the session pretty well. But Ben's out next, and we'll see how he gets on and see how we go at the finish. The best thing for me about endurance racing is the fact that it's not a selfish sport like the sprint racing and the club racing that I do. You've got a really great team, you live with each other over the weekend, you're all fighting for the same goal, and it's a really great atmosphere. I really do recommend endurance racing, and you get loads and loads of track time. I mean, the other week I was at Brands, I just did 7 and 8 lap sprint races, and it's over in a flash. Here you get proper riding time, and I thoroughly recommend it.